भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good afternoon, guten Tag. The election results are out. So what I find is, it's very difficult to digest power and wealth without spirituality. Do you agree? Very difficult. People don't understand it, but that's what happens. It's very difficult to digest power and wealth without spirituality. So that's why spirituality is a must. We are actually aspire to become rich, to attain to the positions of power. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to tell a small story. There was a frog. One day it got a 1 rupee coin. And there was an elephant, going in that direction. The elephant was to cross the hole where frog was residing. The frog came out of the hole and it lifted its forelimb against the elephant. రూపాయి నాణ్యం దొరకగానే కప్పకి దాని పొజిషన్ అర్థం కాలేదు. ఇట్ రోజ్ ఇట్స్ ఫోర్ లింబ్ అగైన్స్ అన్ ఎలిఫెంట్. All scriptures, all philosophers have said the same thing. We get blinded by power and money and you ignore God in the process. That's what the meaning of. So we lose perspective, that's what they meant to say. Is that right? Please see page number 105. It's just a continuation of what I spoke yesterday. India has to learn from Europe the conquest of external nature, and Europe has to learn from India the conquest of internal nature. Then there will be neither Hindus nor Europeans. There will be that ideal humanity which has conquered both the natures, the external and internal. We have developed one phase of humanity and they another. It is the union of the two that is wanted. So today's my topic is the death of the feminine. It is happening. We are not conscious of it. You just see today there are people who are very rich, there are people who have all the material things, the best of the luxury, but still they are not happy. At a human level, to make an individual happy, we need culture and spirituality. Without that, we won't be able to handle our thought and emotion to our advantage. This is what is happening across the globe. But still, actually, a vast percentage of humanity believes that these are not important, they are optional things. What you need is money and material things. But they are not sufficient. What I find is the hearts have become barren, or increasingly they are becoming barren. People are sitting in front of computer or cell phone continuously, and they are not nurturing their feeling. Every day you need to nurture your feeling little by little, little by little. How you do that? As I already told you, through prayer, through meditation, and some selfless service must happen through every one of you. What selfless service I should do? You may ask. Just feed a dog, or feed a cat, or throw few grains to few birds. If that is life, this is life. You have touched one more life. It may not be human life, it doesn't matter. Even if it is an animal life. This is one life, that is another life. Maybe low life, it doesn't matter. Your consciousness has expanded. Today's children also, you just see them, they are bored to death. What kind of education we give in our schools? They are made to sit for 8 hours, continuously teacher after teacher goes to the classroom and subject after subject is, injected into their brains. Some information is crammed into their brains. That's why they feel bored. Where is this? You're not allowing them to nurture their feeling, to expand their consciousness. Take them to a old age home or take them to a hospital, government hospital, make them see the suffering over there and make them give few fruits to the patient suffering or sleeping on the bed. And that expands their consciousness. By evening, they come back home and they feel happy, joyful about themselves. Because you have touched one life today. You have given some joy to one life. But all these practices are not introduced, and parents think that actually why my child should go to a hospital, government hospital, he will contract some diseases there. Because of the opposition from parents and the school management, they can't make any experiments. But by the time they become a 13-year, 14-year, 15-year, they are bored to death. And you just see God has done such a phenomenal work of creating this universe which is so complex, so vast, so magnificent. How is that you feel bored by 12 years, 30 years? There is so much to explore. 12 సంవత్సరాలకి 13 సంవత్సరాల పిల్లలు బోర్ అయిపోతున్నారంటే where they are getting addicted to video games, what else they will do? Because you are not allowing them to expand their consciousness, you are not allowing them to nurture their feeling. So the processes are not there, methods are not there, and also they don't encourage. That means what? We have not figured out what this human being is, how I can make myself joyful, how I can lead a meaningful life, how I can enrich my life, the quality of my life, quality of my feeling, the experience of my life as a whole. You have not figured it out, that's the problem. See, in America, most of the Western countries, suppose when they look at a tree, I think I have told you this already. In America, in all the poems, when they say that a tree, they don't call it a tree, they say wood. Okay, forest, they don't call woods. The utilitarian idea you just see, it should be useful, for me, for my body. It should provide some comfort to my body. Then only they think, whole universe is meant for my comfort and my pleasure. That's the wrong idea of approaching the universe. Whereas in India, when you look at a tree, because we have the spiritual understanding, we look at it from a completely different perspective. We see there a bird is there. A bird actually has built its nest on the tree. There are insects, there are worms, depending on the tree. There is a symbiotic relationship. If you go down deep into the soil, actually many bacteria, they are taking something from the plant, and bacteria in turn actually helping the plant absorb some micronutrients. There is a symbiotic relationship going on between. We see it as a total ecosystem, and we don't disturb the tree. We don't even cut a branch. We don't disturb. What we do is, we just see the tree and we find our joy in that. Looking at the tree itself should give you some joy if you carefully pay some attention. And I'll sleep on my mat. Whereas in the West, what they do, they cut the tree, they take the wood out of it, they make a cot, luxury cot, and they sleep on that. Because that has to be useful to me in some way. So the approach is completely different. Ours is a spiritual approach, and theirs is purely a materialistic approach and body-centered approach, and that needs to change. Today, women are also trying to become men. Okay, they also want to become more masculine. Okay, to perform things in the world. They think actually they need to be more muscular. Not necessary. Everything that is feminine is being slaughtered in the world. Poetry we need, aesthetics we need music, we need literature. All these things give joy. If you just read a good book, you don't need anything if you just cultivate, reading books. Intellectually, you can grow. I don't need any material things to make myself happy. I just sing a beautiful song, a divine song, a hymn, and that gives me so much of joy. You may bring me a luxury car, only 3 days, 4 days, actually my mind will take interest in that. They say everything in this world is a 9-day wonder. Afterwards, mind gets bored and asks you to give something more to it. Whatever you provide, it will not give you complete happiness and satisfaction. So it's not just money that makes us happy. It's not just physical things or material things. We need to protect and preserve the feminine. That's very, very, very important. Loving nature is feminine. Singing is feminine. Okay. So aesthetics is feminine. Keeping things in an artistical manner is feminine. So all these, I'm not saying female. Okay, you need to nurture, we need to cultivate that. In the Western societies, what I find is actually there is a death to feminine, and that's the reason they have everything under the sun. When you look at per capita income, they're the richest countries on the planet, but still they are not happy. Because they are not happy, because they are not nurturing their feeling that art and beauty and poetry is missing from life. And that's the reason they feel this, boredom. And to come out of the boredom, alcohol, drug. They're trying so many methods, but nothing works. Spirituality, culture are must at a human level, at this level of evolution. You can't do life without that. Thank you this much for today.